Are you living in Tampa, North Carolina, and you are thinking moving from Tampa to Greenville, North Carolina? Here's are the differences.
No, we are originally from South Florida ourselves. That's where we met, and we love talking about Florida. We like to visit Florida, but we are so happy that we've moved to Greenville. It's such a good place, and it's a different place. It's like I came from the northern parts of the United States. I lived in Florida a really long time, and now I've half backed it back to North Carolina, and it's the best of both worlds in many, many situations. So we're going to talk about, if you are moving from Tampa to Greenville, what are some differences? What are some similarities that we can talk about? And it's a great place to relocate, great place to upsize, downsize, and we're really going to dive into things like cost of living and everything else now.
Exactly. Therefore, the first major thing that we wanted to talk about, the difference between Tampa, Florida, and Greenville, North Carolina, is cost of living. And really, the first thing that is super, super important is the housing. Housing market in Greenville is much more affordable. We are talking about range of something between $238 to $242 mean home value in Greenville, North Carolina.
And if you want brand new, we're talking
and
like
we
$300.
are below the national average was cost of home. However, in Tampa, housing costs are 117.2% above the national average. Therefore, this actually just alone makes Greenville much more affordable for buying and owning home here.
Okay, next thing I want to talk about is food and groceries. This matters a lot because we're a family of four, and my grocery bills have just gone through the roof in the past couple of years, so we feel your pain. But either way, Greenville's cost of living index is still cheaper than Tampa. We're at a 95.5 and Tampa's at 105.1. And to be honest, I don't know how you can deal with that 10% difference because I'm already feeling how much more things cost already. I'm very grateful that my milk is $2.42, and I'm very grateful that I can still afford meats, but it's just something we're going to save on groceries just from leaving Florida.
Exactly. On the other side, that is also is important is utility bill. I know when you are living in the South Florida, humid and hot, definitely your electric bill is going to go up. One of the things that we love in Greenville, which might not be whole Greenville, what we are under one umbrella of Greenville Utility for most of the town, and that means that all of your water bill, electric bill, gas bills, water and sewer and trash is going to be just one
Not
bill.
in all areas, in the city
Exactly.
part.
And then still we are in around the national average. However, in Florida, Tampa specifically, we are above the national average. And I'm just saying that just electric might be whole the bill that we are paying for whole in Greenville Utility.
The next thing I'm going to talk about in cost of living is, of course, transportation. Greenville and Tampa are both places where we're driving our car. Let's be entirely honest. But Greenville transportation, since it's so much quicker to get around Greenville, we're going to save on average. We're at 75% of the national average, whereas Tampa's at 112.3. So we're both in flatlands, but we have trees. You guys have less trees, but you're just going to save because we're a little bit more less trafficy because of our population.
I just want to give you one example of that. Auto insurance, and I know in Florida if you have two cars, at least you're paying $400 to $500 car insurance per month, and in Greenville this number for us is something between $150 to $200 for owning two cars.
We currently pay $168.
Just see the difference that how much this costs from the point of the transportation and gas wise. We are at the same of the film of this video, $2.33 per gallon.
Okay, so we're going to talk about population, more about housing prices, salaries, commuting time, and more after instructions. So let's hit it. Hi, it's Ali Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Population in Greenville is 1/4 the size of Tampa. So you are in a bigger city in Tampa. You have about 400,000. We have 100,000. So we're much smaller, a much more easier, much more community focused.
Exactly. Therefore, you want to talk about the housing price and
Yes.
rent? Okay, please talk.
Oh, me? Okay, so Tampa, your average home price is going to start around $350. Greenville, we are starting in the $200s. So if you're looking for that smaller home, if for $350, we're talking brand new construction. So rent in Tampa is going to be probably $2,000. Here, we're closer to about $1,300. So whether you're buying and renting, Greenville is far more affordable. Want to talk about salaries?
Exactly. Therefore, now we're going to talk about the salary. Of course, the Tampa has higher average of salary.
Of course.
You might have a more larger job market and proximity to big industry like finance, healthcare, and tourism specifically, which is the nature of the Florida. The average salary in Tampa is $50,000 per year. However, in Greenville, we are talking around 100. But as we said, the lower cost of living, including the housing, utility, and grocery, put us at much more affordable to live in the area.
Next thing I'm going to talk about is taxes. Yes, we know Florida has no state income taxes. That is what everybody flocks to Florida for. It's one of the biggest draws on why people relocate to Florida, to be entirely honest. Now, only 4 or 5 states have no income tax, Florida being one of them. Now, we do have an income tax of 5.2%. However, with our lower cost of living, your paycheck will go first, and we do have an income tax there as well.
Do you want to talk
Which
about
means our property taxes are also way less than Florida. Because our Florida taxes for that is also much higher because of property tax.
Do you want to talk about the commuting time?
No,
too?
I did that already.
You did already. Now we wanted to talk about outdoor activities. Tampa, of course, offers beach activities, boating, warmer weather definitely, which draws many people to the area in Tampa. How about the Greenville?
Greenville, we're talking more outdoor activities. We have 4 seasons. We have golf, tennis. We can go to the park. But because we are much more, we can drive to the mountains or drive to the beach, not that far. And we do have a milder winter. Tampa, you're just staying warm a lot more.
Exactly. Therefore, we have the access both in mountain and beach, but we need at least 1 hour driving, which if it puts you in the comfort or not comfort respect to the Tampa, Florida. But now we wanted to talk also about economic growth. Well, how is the economic growth?
Tampa, you're driven a lot by tourism, finance, healthcare. Greenville is a growing area. We definitely have the healthcare. We definitely have a lot of pharmaceutical areas. We have a lot of manufacturing. So we do not have a lot of the finance. This is true. We don't have a lot of the tourism that I know of at the moment. Yes. However, we do have a population that can go to Raleigh if we do need to go to Raleigh. But that's where the major city is. But Greenville definitely has a lot of growing opportunities. We have new companies coming here all the time and a lot of tech.
Also, Amazon has a rumor that's gonna come in 2026 also around here that create more jobs. The next thing is the Greenville healthcare, which we definitely have a very strong healthcare because we have East Carolina University and also ECU Health, which is under umbrella. It used to be a White on Health, if you know it by that name. And we have basically doctors per capita, 349 doctors per capita, which is 100,000 people, which really giving and offering more healthcare to the people that they are coming. Also, we have a VA clinic too in Greenville, North Carolina, which could be another benefit. Do you want to add anything in that nature? Okay.
The next thing I want to talk about is college sports. Now, yes, we know in Tampa you have your major leagues. You have your Buccaneers, you have the Tampa Rays. In Greenville, we do love sports, but college is going to be the king, and we are all about the ECU Pirates around here. So you're going to see people in purple a lot because we're a college town. So this college has a lot of things centered around the university. So we do have a university, we have that college life that brings a lot of youth.
Exactly. Do you want to talk about the Southern culture?
Okay, so also Southern culture, one of the things we love about being in the South is when you do drive down the street, people are waving at us, and it is something that I forgot that actually can happen. So it's different from being in Boston to where people are in a different kind of nice, but Southern culture and Southern niceness is a way that is a really refreshing feeling. So Tampa's fast paced. Greenville, we're much slower paced. We're also going to talk about our barbecue is a little different around here. It's a lovely place. So yes, we're gonna put vinegar on our barbecue, and we like it around here in North Carolina.
Exactly. Next thing we wanted to talk about diversity. Definitely Tampa is a diverse city with a strong Latin American and Caribbean influences, especially
Okay, so Greenville is also very diverse, but in a very different way. I'm not even going to try to say Yabora. Like, I'm not going to say it right. It's close net. We have a lot of diversity, so people think it's not, but we have a nice area to where our street is just full of different people, and it's amazing.
Exactly. The next thing we want to talk about is hurricane risk. At the time of this video, actually Tampa hit by the hurricane. I'm sorry for all of the people that lost their home or the family. Here we're gonna say that it's still Greenville also is prone to having a hurricane, but we are a little bit further inland. That means that before hurricane reach to the area,
most of our places are not flood zones. We are in the zone of hurricane. We are coastal, but we are northern coastal, which is a little bit, Wilmington's going to get hit much further. We're going to just have a nice milder climate compared to your tropical heat, so it's a little colder in our waters out there too. So if you are moving from Tampa and you're thinking about Greenville, North Carolina, we would love to talk to you. Hey, I love talking to Floridians, and we can talk about foods all the time.
Exactly. And don't forget to watch all of our playlists about moving guide, about buying home, selling home at the same time. And don't forget at the end to subscribe in our channel and write us a comment. We'd love to connect with you, and see you next time.